Hey there guys, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about some stuff that's a little heavy, so get ready. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about doing the right thing. People nowadays think it's just okay to just do whatever the heck they want, no consequences, no problem. What of it? Well, for example, if you were to, let's say, be a selfish dummy and not stop at a stop sign, that might work for you 99% of the time. But there's that one time that it doesn't work. You pull out. Car's coming. Car thinks you're going to stop because the right thing to do at a stop sign is stop. Rocket science, I know. Okay, so you pull out. So-and-so doesn't stop because they think you're going to stop because that would be the right thing to do. And boom. Okay. You get T-boned. They hit your driver's side or your passenger side, depending on where they were coming from. But either way, you get T-boned because you decided to save what, 5, 6 seconds by not stopping at the stop sign. Is 5, 6 seconds really worth your life? It's kind of just like texting and driving. OMG, my BFF Jill. WTF BBQ. Like, meanwhile, you're swerving into the left, swerving into the oncoming traffic, and somebody has to swerve to avoid you, or they hit you head-on collision, or them swerving into a ditch to avoid you, neither of which is good for them because you weren't doing the right thing. So people nowadays are just so selfish that they just think, oh, well, there's no one around, so that must mean there's no consequences. Or specifically with the driving example, oh, well, I don't see any police, so why should it matter if I run the stop sign? Because practice makes perfect. What you do in practice is what you're going to do. What my teacher always used to tell me is what you do in practice is what you're going to do on the test. So if you practice not doing the whole driving thing correctly, that's not good. You should probably stop that and stop driving while you're at it. But people today are just so obsessed with the instant gratification and just, oh, well, I want it, so why shouldn't I be able to get it immediately? That doing the right thing just isn't common sense anymore, and that's a scary thought. But I don't want to rant about that today or just yet, so I'm kind of trying to keep it a little more structured, even though it's not scripted. Just my concern is that it's kind of like when I talked about my other video called Just Say No. If you do something to get a, like people will always try to do something to get ahead and to get an edge or get a little bit further, get a little, like, make up that 5 or 6 seconds by not stopping at the stop sign. But it's like, well, what happens then is that society doesn't work properly because the way that society is supposed to work is by assuming that you do the right thing. So if you don't do the right thing, society doesn't really work the way it should. Okay, case in point here. The right thing to do, at least in this imaginary situation, is to do your job, get good grades in school, be successful in life, or whatever your version of right is, because right is a very subjective thing. So you decide that you don't want to do what's right, you want to do what's easy. Well, okay, let's take me for example. Sometimes at work I have to do a detail where I have to clean the bathrooms. I hate that detail, but I do it correctly so that A, the the guests don't have to deal with the dirty bathroom, and B, so that no one else has to deal with it. And that's the whole point of like selfishness that I'm coming back to, is that people today feel like their lives and their time is more valuable than everyone else's. But the thing about that is that in the grand scheme of the thing, in the grand scheme of life, in this whole big solar system that we live in, you aren't the center of the universe. So we're on a planet with however many billions of people at this point. You aren't you aren't the you're not the chosen one, you're not Harry Potter, you're not Jason Bourne, you're not whatever. You're not the one. You're not Neo. I mean, you're just a person. And the way that people work as a whole is when people work together. And working together means doing what's right, even if it's not doing what's easy. I tell you what, cleaning the bathrooms, horrible. Horrible at PDQ. I mean, the bathrooms aren't horrible, but cleaning the bathrooms at any job is horrible. Let me just throw that out there, because I've cleaned I've cleaned the bathrooms at Burger King, I've cleaned them at Little Caesars, and I've cleaned them at PDQ. Generally, bathrooms are all pretty crappy. No pun, I mean, pun sort of intended, but but it's just like, why, if you're given the opportunity to do what's right, and not only does you doing what's right benefit you, but it also benefits other people, then why not do it? Because doing, like, let's just go back to the job example here. If I did, if I just did a half-hearted job there, let's just say I left the mirrors all smudged and, like, with water on them, because that's what happens to them sometimes, because people are washing their hands at the sink. But beside the point there, if I had not done that, then whoever comes in after me would have to do it. So that's one thing. They're wasting their time, or they're using their time to do something you should have done in the first place. And then two, guess what? They get to go back and they get to say, "Hey, James, you know those bathrooms you were supposed to clean? Well, he didn't." And then it falls on you because you didn't do the right thing in the first place. Doing what's right shouldn't be something that you do because there's a reward for it. You should do what's right because it is the right thing to do. Like, what I've heard people say, and I don't remember the exact quote, is what you do when no one is watching is what defines you. So basically, what you're doing when there are no consequences is what defines you. Because if you're gonna, like, you can skate through life and you can just be a person that exists and just refuses to do the right thing, or just doesn't do the right thing because it's easier not to, but that's not any way to live your life. I mean, I know I always end up talking about Sean a little bit, but I feel like Sean always did the right thing. He went out of his way to help people. Nobody asked him to. They weren't like, "Hey, Sean, go help your friends. Make sure to tutor your friends because they need help in their class." No, that was something he did because it was the right thing to do. He didn't do it because his friends were paying him. His friends didn't have to bribe him to get help. Helping people is just the right thing to do. So that's what he did. And so it's like people today are just so concerned with themselves that they forget about everyone else that their life affects. And so I want you guys, after you're done watching this, to leave in the comments on Facebook or on YouTube, whatever, however you decide to view this. Just tell me something, or just tell me an experience you've had with doing the right thing. Even if it didn't work out for you. Whether you were honest about something that you knew was going to ultimately end up biting you in the butt, whether you clean the toilets. I was going to say, I've done that. I'll be the first one to tell you. I mean, I've done that multiple jobs. But just tell me about an experience you've had doing the right thing. I want to hear about it. I want to know. Because it's like so many people nowadays are just concerned with doing what's easy as opposed to doing what's right. And like I said, it's really it boils down to what you do when no one's watching. So it's like I could do the minimum possible and just skate by, but then again, is that something I'm going to be happy with? Are you going to be happy with yourself if you just skate by in life? And for some people, the answer is yes. I mean, okay, that's fine for you, but I actually care enough to try and contribute. But it's like, you don't have to go out and be a rocket scientist and become a brain surgeon to be a good person and to do the right thing. And if you're still watching this, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys, and I just appreciate all your support. We're up to 8 subscribers now, so hopefully someday soon, not holding my breath on that one, but hopefully someday soon, we will be in the double digits for subscribers. And if you guys need, I can even post a link for you as to how to make a Google account specifically so that you can subscribe to me. And I know that is shameless self-promotion here, but I mean, someone's got to do it. So why not me? Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.